Hello chaps and welcome back to the Celtic Files. It is finally time for a new episode of the analysis of failed videos. The last one was released quite some time ago, but I finally got into a battle just recently that I thought would make a good entry into the series. As you can see, we are on Erlenberg, and my team is assaulting. We have 10 minutes to either cap or kill all enemies. If you are on the defending team, there are two orders of business. Stay alive and prevent the enemy from capping. On assault, it takes 100 seconds for one tank to cap, 50 seconds for two tanks, then 33 to 34 seconds with three tanks. So keep that in mind guys, as this will become very important towards the end of the battle. What you are about to see has played out like that many times before, but as far as my World of Tanks gaming history is concerned, it has virtually never been quite so close. This is a tale of one team losing sight of the objective, where the decisions made by one player in particular changed the outcome of the battle. I am in my Waffenträger F Panzer IV in a Tier 10 match. According to XVM, the game is pretty even. I do note however that the enemy's top tank, the dangerous T-57 Heavy, does not post very good stats. So I am optimistic. And not only because of the T-57 Heavy, but also because Erlenberg is one of the few remaining great maps for glass cannon TDs. But I have no illusions. I am pretty sure that Wargaming will modify maps such as Erlenberg, Waffenträger, and Sand River in future patches to make them less suitable for TDs. But I digress. That is a discussion for another time. I am supporting our western attack from this hill. I turn the tank around for two reasons. A. I couldn't get out quickly should I get spotted, and B. The gun depression of the WT is better when pointing the gun towards the rear. Knocking that tree over wasn't good however. You always should avoid silly mistakes like that. And speaking of silly mistakes, watch that IS-3 getting crunked. Just what the hell? Where is he turning his turret? I want to see that again. Let's take a closer look. This guy has a win rate of 46% and an efficiency that is so low it actually hurts. I just don't understand what he's seeing out there. He gets completely owned, and I am going for the T-34. No excuses. That was such a poorly aimed shot. But the T-34 won't live for very much longer. RT-92 takes him out. Death from above. Moving on to an enemy IS-8, who has a Canon right in his face. The Canon just died, and the IS-8 can take useful cover behind him. But we have an IS-8 of our own, who was pressuring in from below. I am waiting patiently for my shot. Now. Good hit in his side. Time's running out for the IS-8. So far, this is looking good in the west. We are advancing, and the enemy does not seem to have any more tanks there. In hindsight, I don't think they put up enough resistance in the west and allowed our team to push too far ahead. But at this stage I was beginning to wonder where the enemy's other heavies are. Two of them have been spotted to the east, and one of them is the T-57 Heavy. I am deciding to change my position so that I can be in a position to stop a possible push from the enemy from the southeast. In the meantime, our guys keep advancing north. The enemy is clearly hiding, and probably has set up an ambush. And oh dear, now we know where four of the enemy heavies are. They have successfully won east, but we have some tanks on our own that responded to the threat. A T-30 is joined by an IS-3, and for good measure we also have the WTFE-100. That's enough firepower to deal with them. Our T-30 suddenly decides to force the issue by going out in the open. And he is exposing the weak side of his tank in the process. Two shots missed him. The T-30 got lucky. He's now engaging an IS-3, which is out of render range, and the WT-100 secures the kill. The IS-8 fires again. He misses for the second time. I have been chilling in the back and looking on as our IS-3 is making a move. The T-57 Heavy has been spotted. Caught right in the open. That's game over for you. That was an important kill. Removing the most dangerous enemy gun is always a good thing. We are skipping forward a bit. Our WT is chasing down the last remaining enemy. He misses his first shot, but our SPG secures the kill. The WT fires aimlessly into the ground, and then proceeds to reload. I don't know, maybe he was pissed off because he did not get the kill. Meanwhile our team has suffered big losses in the northwestern corner. Looks as if the enemy's trap has succeeded. With now less than 4 minutes to play, I decide to finally get my butt in gear, and advance north through the middle. We have an M103 in the northwest, and the WT and IS-3 are pushing north on the east. I am wondering what our bad chat SPG is thinking. He has advanced a bit too far forward. I get spotted, and it ain't good at all. Especially with the T-92 SPG on the enemy team, which can easily one-shot me. I have to get into cover. I should have disappeared from their mini-map by now. I should be safe for the moment. I am not happy with my game thus far, just 1.7k damage, that isn't good enough at all. Anyways, time to take a quick look to see if we can spot anything. And there's the T-54E1. He is going for our bad chat. The T-54E1 is an American Tier 9 medium tank. Its 105mm gun has 4 rounds with 390 alpha each. That is enough to make mincemeat out of Artie. Like he just did. Our M103 is pursuing him, but I keep moving forward. We need to put pressure on the cat, because we're running out of time. I spot the T-30. Nice idea, but the shot goes a bit high. But thankfully, our T-92 gets him. That was a fantastic shot, and so very important. While our M103 is closing in on the T-54E1, I am getting my butt into cover. I am happy to see that our IS-3 and WT are making good progress on the east. M103 has made contact, and I am trying to help him. But it is no use. We're down to less than 2 minutes. I can't stay here. I need to get moving north, and I need to do it now. The M103 is dead, but our WT has also got one of theirs. The T-54E1 spots me, but he must be reloading right now, so he cannot engage me. I am moving north, trying to assist my WT-100. I am noticing that the T-54E1 is following me on the ridgeline to the west, so I will be keeping an eye out for him. Just 90 seconds left in the game, and the enemy has still 5 tanks alive. Theoretically we can still cap this game out, but realistically that really isn't an option. We need to kill them all, and we need to kill them fast. Enemy artillery spotted. The T-92 was a deadly threat to our biggest asset, the WT. No matter the risk, no matter the cost, I need to take him out. One minute left. "45 seconds.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
30 seconds. "20. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We managed to kill the last opponent with 3 seconds left on the clock. I don't know about you guys, but a game like this, that is the reason I play World of Tanks. Snatching victory from the jaws of certain defeat, that was just mesmerizing. Exhilarating. But how exactly did that happen? Let's take a brief look at some key moments in the fight. Number 1. The opponent had 4 heavy tanks in the southeastern corner, and they'd forced our team to split up and deal with them. But their assault was poorly executed, and all of them died. And if you're on the defending team, on an assault map, being aggressive can be the right strategy. But if you do, you have to make it stick. Fortunately for our team, these guys didn't. Number 2. Our IS-3 and WT pushed north on the eastern flank after they eliminated the enemy heavy tanks. In the end, that meant the enemies were under fire from 2 different directions, and it helped secure the win. The enemy did not have many forces left on the eastern flank, and that turned out to be a big mistake. Number 3. For some unknown reason, the T-30 went out in the open. Our T-92 SPG takes him out with a masterful shot. Without this kill, victory would have been nearly impossible. Number 4. The enemy T-54E1. We are moments before he engages our bad chap. The T-30 is still alive, and with only a little over 3 minutes left on the clock, and 7 tanks still alive on his team, what could possibly go wrong? Don't get me wrong. I don't think there is anything wrong with his move. When you are on the defending team, attacking is sometimes the best defense. After he kills our SPG, he seems to be moving south. I think he wants to go hunting for our T-92. We may never know what his intentions really were. What is certain, however, is the fact that he is successful in luring our M103 away from the enemy's cap. But then the T-30 dies, and it would appear as if he has had a change of mind. It looked as if he was turning around right before he disappeared from the minimap. There are only 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game, and the T-54E1 is going to duke it out with our M103. Remember that the T-54E1 is an autoloader that carries 4 shells in his magazine. The M103 scores a hit, and the T-54E1 bounces. The next 2 shells penetrate, but the M103 gets him again before he dies. And watch for the incoming SPG shell. That was close. The T-54E1 is lucky to be alive. At this point he decides to head back north towards the cap, instead of rooting out our SPG. I would say that this decision is the sensible choice. There are still 1 minute and 40 seconds to play for, and if his teammates won't be able to hold up our attack, he knows that we would be able to keep out the game. 1 minute 30 to play, and the T-54E1 holds his position. Again, that is the sensible choice. He is very low on health, and I think he waits to see how the situation develops. There is no need to force the issue as yet. Skipping forward a bit. I am about to kill the T-92, and there's just about a minute left in the game. 4 enemy tanks are still alive. It is now that the T-54E1 makes the fateful decision to moving closer. This decision ultimately costs his team a game. There is now less than 50 seconds left. We do not have enough time to cap. All the T-54E1 needs to do is to not engage and stay alive. I was watching the minimap, so I knew that he was coming. He could still change his mind. But he didn't. Now comes the time of the fully loaded WT FE100. The T-28 prototype does not stand a chance. Now the ST-1 is the only one left. The ST-1 still had a chance to delay his demise had he retreated a bit sooner. He only needed to stay alive for another 3 seconds. But he didn't. So we walk away victorious. But it was very close indeed. A look at the team scores reveals that nobody really stood out, but quite a few players had decent games. The WTFE-100 kept advancing towards the camp while he was reloading, and that put him in the position to secure the important kills at the end. Our T-92 SPG brilliantly killed the T-30, making our victory possible in the first place. With just shy of 4k damage, I had an okay game as well, and my push through the middle towards the end also turned out to be the right call. The opponent's T-54E1 also had a good game, and he wasn't the only one. Many players ended up with decent damage. The T-54E1 simply made the wrong call at the end, which cost them the game. So I suppose one of the lessons learned is, always keep an eye on the timer, and be aware of how long it will take the enemy to cap. And if you're attacking and find yourself in a position you think you cannot win, never give up, and fight until the last second. It might just make the difference. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would be happy if you gave it a thumbs up. Until next time, have a good one.